I had a group of people that I'll never forget. Mr. Aurelio Hartley, he's the president of the association. He walks into the museum and I immediately recognize him. I've met him a number of times. He doesn't really remember me, but I take advantage of the moment that the president of the West Indian Panamanian Association walks into the museum. We have this group of people. And I'm like, hey, Mr. Hartley, can you come meet the individuals? And I was like, I met you. He's like, I don't. And he said, remind me your name. I said, I'm Javier Wallace. He said, Javier Wallace. I said, yes, that's me. And he pulls out his phone, he goes into his WhatsApp, because you know down there everybody uses WhatsApp. He goes in WhatsApp and he pulls a picture and he says, is this you? It's a picture of me at this gala from 3 years ago. And he's showing the group, is this him? And I was like, yes, that's me. And then he proceeds to go to his message in this group chat. And he says, and he's sharing the message that he wrote about how heartfelt and heartwarming it was to read that essay, and that somebody had written something at such a high level that brought light to their community and their people in ways that had not been done. And then he was like, you know, I grew up right around the corner from your father. And then he started to talk about my dad. He like, tell Ernesto I say hello. Tell him my radio says hello, and I will be here if he remembers me. And I never knew this guy. And I met him numerous of times. And I say that to say is that because that was the easiest academic article I ever written, because that's the one that I feel like it came from here the easiest. Literally, like I was like, this is me. Like, this is how I even come to exist, because of what he had to go through and what these people went through. And the research helped me to justify what I had already felt and knew, but those skills gave me the research to find these other people and put it to a way and to see the way that those individuals reacted. And so that whole time I was in Panama, I was talking to so many 70-year-olds about just how proud that was. And that, you know, because they talk with a Caribbean accent. You know, I'm so proud of it. I love it. It's so nice. It made me remember my mother and my father and those teachers. And it was just so beautiful to have that moment. And so I realized, and said, like what you say, I didn't want, again, for them just to be the object of oppression. Because there's so many things in the Panamanian history and West Indian where they can just be the victims of oppression, which they were. They died in mass to build the canal that the president said he was going to take back. The U.S. didn't build it. They paid people from the West Indies on a very on an exploitative rate to come build that thing, and they died in mass. They went through Jim Crow system. Like, all those things are true, but that weren't the stories that I grew up hearing. I grew up hearing about them laughing, grew up hearing about their uncles and their aunts and the people in their communities and what they did to go to the state. I grew up hearing those stories. And I said, if the pen is ever in my hand and the power is on my side, I want to present a story of that community that's empowering to them. That they don't just feel like, here we go.